Thank you for the invitation. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm going to present our urban project. Doppelmayr, as you probably know, is a world market leader when it comes to roadway engineering. And since a couple of years, we do urban installations as well. We start with the fun part, which will be a small film, and then I do my presentation.
Tu na filmie przedstawione są najważniejsze realizacje transportu miejskiego, gdzie używane są koleje linowe. Tu jest, nie wiem jakie to jest miasto, ale w tym momencie najwięcej inwestycji jest w Ameryce Południowej, gdzie czy w Boliwii, to jest akurat Turcja. To jest metro w Turcji. To jest system DCC, taki tramwaj linowy. Tu mamy Wenezuelę, Caracas. A tu jest jedna z pierwszych takich instalacji, która była w miastach używana. To będzie jeszcze omówione, myślę, szczegółowo w Portland w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Kolej typu wahadłowego. Tu mamy Las Vegas, też system DCC, czyli tramwaj linowy do połączenia kasyn. Koblenz, też bardzo udany projekt. Kolej linowa typu 3S do połączenia centrum miasta z targami Buga. Tutaj pewnie wielu Państwu z Państwa znanych projekt w Londynie, zbudowany z okazji Olimpiady przez Tamizę. Też wpięty w system komunikacji miejskiej. Singapur. Tu są bardzo ciekawe te stacje, które mieszczą się w wieżowcach. No i tutaj te projekty z Ameryki Południowej, Boliwia, La Paz. Jak widać, jest to super rozwiązanie przy takiej ciasnej zabudowie, jaką mają miasta w Ameryce Południowej. Następny projekt z Caracas z Wenezueli. Też system transportu miejskiego w Algierii. Jest tam też kilka linii wybudowanych, które też są sprzęgnięte z komunikacją miejską. I właśnie jak widać w ostatnim czasie jest to jeden z najważniejszych rynków, gdzie te koleje się sprzedaje, to jest właśnie transport miejski. To w ostatnich latach bardzo się to otworzyło. Teraz przejdziemy do prezentacji dalszej.
Another dimension of urban mobility. Let me explain what we are doing at Doppelmayer's in the cities. Doppelmayr, the board, was convinced to create a new team, especially for urban installations, to trigger this business, because we are convinced that this will be the future. Right now, the turnover is about 10%. And we hope to increase this number. Of course, it will never be the main market for our business. Doesn't it work? Ah, yeah, history. So we go back in history. The cable cars are really the ropeway technology is a really old one. The first time cable cars or ropeways were mentioned was in 250 before Christ. So it's a really long time ago. We have here depicted a couple of milestones. Ropeways were used in South America to steal gold and to transport gold. Very important was in the 19th century when the steel cable was invented. Now we have the sound. You want to show it again, or okay? Okay. So the steel cable was invented, which was really important for the cable, for the ropeway technology, and you all know the San Francisco cable car, which is really an iconic installation. Okay, that was my mistake. It's always nice to have the own one. So Doppelmayr was founded in 1892. It's more than 100 years old. A couple of milestones which are really important for us. 1932, the first ski lift opened in Zürs, in the Arlberg region. Another very, very important date was 1972, because we installed the first detachable gondola lift. The detachable, gondolas, cabins can be detached in the station, is really very, very important for urban transportation, because in cities the passengers are old, the passengers have strollers, the passengers have babies, have children, so the invention of the detachable gondola was really important. Other milestones which are really which we will see later are the integrated systems in Caracas, the first urban concept cabins in Koblenz, and of course the installation, the network we opened which opened last year in La Paz. Just a couple of numbers: family-owned, fourth generation. 2,500 employees, export countries, 42 countries where we have a subsidiary or plant or sales office, like here in Poland. Here a couple of, just to give an impression, a couple of locations: Austria, Italy, France, where we do produce our systems. So, what is the advantage of the ropeway technology? Why do we think that that the ropeway technology can play an important part in the cities? Obviously, as you have seen before, there are certain functions which ropeways can take over. It's filling a gap, for example, between two networks. For example, here. You see, you have the bus network here, and you have like a train network, and we can fill the gap. That's really, really important. Here it's the extension of an existing line, this is what I call for example, the IKEA situation. You have IKEA here, and here you have the parking slot. Then, of course, as we will see afterwards, we create new transport networks. This won't be that important in Europe, of course, because we have an existing infrastructure, and we bridge obstacles like rivers, like buildings, like neighborhoods. So no, I'm always wrong here. So you have seen the capacity. We do not say that the roadway is the solution for inner city problems, not at all. But in the capacity, in the range of like 5,000 passengers per hour and direction, we are quite a good solution for the cities. So we can, at this range, we can replace with one cable car, we can replace 100 buses or 2,000 cars. I will learn it. Okay, one big advantage, obviously, is the new level. We work on a different level. The ground levels in our cities are congested, and we move from level 0, we move to the first level. So it's a free level, which is not used by other means of transportation. Another very, very important advantage is the short building phase. Let me give you an example. In London, the construction phase, it took us 11 months. And when my colleagues first went there and looked at the site, and then they started to plan in Austria, that was 2 years before the system was opened. So it's a really, really short construction phase, which, as there are politicians among us, sometimes we have the feeling for politicians it's really nice because they can show an infrastructure to be realized within one term. Another advantage is the low space requirement. What's a cable car? What's a roadway installation? Do you have stations? And then you have towers. This is a really, really large tower. This is London. But nevertheless, it takes not very, very much space. Another thing which is absolutely important, it's one of the key elements of urban transportation, is the accessibility. A means of transport in the cities has to be accessible to all passengers, not only the sporty ones, the young ones, but also people who are handicapped. Here, the dad with the stroller, old people, and that's where the cable car is a good means of transportation because it's barrier-free. Environmentally. Yeah.
Mr. Bogdan will translate, this part of presentation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Proszę Państwa, pan prezes Tarko, Bogdan Tarko, szybciutko Państwu powie o najważniejszych punktach tej prezentacji.
W podsumowaniu, krótkim podsumowaniu, zaczęliśmy mówić o kolejach i jak było wspomniane, koleje oczywiście nie rozwiązują wszystkich problemów w mieście, ale znacznie je ułatwiają. Był taki przykład, jak można zastąpić jedną dużą kabinę. Licząc, że przewozimy 5000 osób w jedną stronę, widzieliśmy, że do tego trzeba 2000 samochodów albo 100 autobusów. I w tym duchu, patrząc na to, z pewnością jest to znaczne usprawnienie komunikacji w mieście. Transport kolejami linowymi może służyć w kilku sprawach. Po pierwsze, poprawienie transportu, zbudowanie czegoś wzdłuż istniejącej drogi transportowej, przekroczenie rzeki, może być przedłużenie jakiegoś krótkiego fragmentu, może być usprawnienie i stworzenie w ogóle takiej sieci połączeń. I to na tym jednym ze slajdów widzieliśmy. I teraz mówimy o kolejnych zaletach tego transportu, czyli przede wszystkim to, co w tej chwili mamy, to jest bardzo przyjazne dla środowiska. Jest kalkulowane 1 kWh na na jednego pasażera. Do tego jest to w zasadzie wolne od wszelkich barier, łącznie z tym, że możemy z łatwością osiągnąć kabinę, czy jeżeli ktoś potrzebuje wózka, czy też wózka z dzieckiem, łatwy dostęp jest do tych spraw. Chcieliśmy Państwu teraz po kolei, koleżanka tu będzie pokazywała przykłady tych najbardziej znanych i najważniejszych instalacji w miastach.
You want me to stop after each slide?
Let's go.
Okay. You just tell me when to. Okay. So one big advantage, and this is the last of all the many advantages, it's attractive. It's fun to ride a cable car. And since here in this room are many people from the tourist industry, we have realized that even if a cable car, a roadway installation, is integrated into the public transportation network, there's still another benefit. It will become a tourist attraction very soon. Okay, here in the film you have already seen a couple of reference examples. We will rush through the most important ones just to give you an overview of what we are doing and what's going on in the world of urban cable cars. So we start in Portland. It's one of my favorite projects when it comes to architecture. It's an aerial tramway, as you can see. So it's in a shuttle mode. It goes up and down. To the situation, just let me explain a little bit the situation here in Portland from a traffic planner's point of view. You have here. Yeah, you have here. It's not a hospital here. It's a university and a science center. About 3,000 people work here. It's up on a hill, which is called Markham Hill. This area in the valley is called the South Waterfront District. And the problem was here that, as you can see, there are these roads, and there were always congestions and traffic jams. So the university, couldn't expand anymore because it was no longer attractive to work there. So they thought about moving away, which made the city panicked, and they tried to find a solution, and the solution was the cable car. Now it transports the commuters from the hill down to the valley, where you have the tram connection. Here the tram runs into the inner downtown Portland, and it has become a really, really important means of public transportation in Portland, Oregon. As you can see a lot of the pictures. A really nice view, I think. This one is really important because you see the tram here. So you switch from the cable car to the tram. So the cable car is absolutely integrated in the public transportation map. Interesting. When I first saw this picture, it's really interesting because the cable car boosts even the local economy. Many people in Portland ride their bikes, and this guy here started to open this little shop, and while you work on top of the hill, he repairs all the bikes. So it's another it boosts the local economies once in a while. Next example, which is really important for us, I've shown you. It was on a map with all our milestones. This is Caracas in Venezuela. Here you see the picture of the so-called Barrio, the neighborhood San Agustin. As you can see, it's a really, really poor. It's an informal settlement. It's really poor. And there was no traffic infrastructure whatsoever, only stairs. So older people had no possibility to get down there because it's like 1 million stairs. We were approached, Doppelmayr was approached by 2 professors of the ETH Zurich the technical university, well-known technical university in Zurich, and they had a project going on and worked together with community leaders to bring infrastructure to this neighborhood. You can see let me go back. As you can see, the house, it's really densely built. And the planners soon realized that to have an infrastructure, it would have been necessary to tear down 1/3 of all the buildings. So of course they couldn't do that, so they decided to have a cable car there. You see the cable car here, it connects, here's the station in the valley, and it connects to the underground. So this is a metro station here. It goes all the way up to the hilltop and over the hill, and this is again in the valley. It's a bus station, it's a bus hub. So it's a really important, for these people there, it's a really important installation, and it changed a lot of daily life. It's a time saver, and you can see one of the stations here. The stations are really, as you see here, the stations are really big. And it's not because of all the technique which is in there, but there are community centers, there are like small hospitals, there are even lawyers there, social services. So the cable car did not only change the infrastructure, but also daily life of the inhabitants of this neighborhood. You see here, it's really, really steep, no infrastructure at all, just stairs. 3 years after, the government approached us the second time, and they wanted to extend the metro. The red line is the metro, and here we have a cable car going up the hill, really, really steep hill, from Palo Verde, that's the metro station here, to the Marice neighborhood up in the mountains. Again, a very, very poor neighborhood. You can see it here, it's really steep. There's a road there, but it's always congested, and I was told that it took people 2 hours to get there. In rush hours. Bogdan, do you need to translate anything, or I just continue?
Dwa słowa tylko podsumowania chciałem, bo obydwa przypadki, i Caracas, i Portlandu, są jak gdyby te same, bo służą usprawnieniu ruchu, ale zostały wybudowane z innego powodu. W Portlandzie, bo uniwersytet nie mógł się już rozwijać i korki na ulicach samochodowe powodowały, że nie było dostępności. Natomiast Caracas to jest też przypadek, że nie ma dostępności, ale z innego powodu. Po prostu po tych ulicach w Caracas nie da się jeździć i jedynym rozwiązaniem było właśnie wybudowanie gondoli, które łączyły metro po kolei z najważniejszymi częściami miasta.
Okay. So you can see this is the Marice line going up this really steep hill. We have another installation which is a different type of cable car. It's an APM, which is short for automated people mover. So a different technology, which is an extension which connects 2 metro lines, which you can see here. Well, here's the metro line. My colleagues forgot the red thing, and this is our line. We have built so far from here to here, from here to here, and we will continue when the situation in Venezuela will improve. So you can see here. You have seen this train in the movie. Plays an important role they wanted to, actually, first they wanted to have an underground there, but then they realized the soil is not good enough. And so the city decided to have a APM solution. It's basically the same technology. It's basically the same technology than a gondola lift, but the ropes are underneath. Another picture here. You can clearly see that the cable installations are integrated into the transportation network. The next, we go further down in South America to La Paz. La Paz is for us a really important step, because there we created a whole network of cable cars. The cable car, for the first time in history, the cable car is the backbone of public transportation. This means that there was no infrastructure at all, and probably you know the situation in La Paz. La Paz is in a valley, and the other city on top of the hill, which is a big city where the airport is, it's called El Alto. El Alto is really poor, and La Paz is let's say, the whiter, the richer part of town. So these are two separate towns, and when Evo Morales came into power, he wanted to connect these two cities better, and since there was not much space on the ground, the only solution was a cable car. We started to build it in 2012, and we finished the first 3 lines last year. So you have the situation here. There's the airport. Okay, the airport is on top of the hill, of the mountains, really, and this is downtown. Is La Paz with all nice colonial houses, and El Alto is the poor part. So we have 3 lines: the Línea Roja, the Línea Amarilla, and the Línea Verde. And I will. So just to give an expression. To that, you know what we're talking about. So the length is about Línea Roja 2.5 kilometers. The Línea Amarilla is the longest, and the Línea Verde is about 3 kilometers long. The Línea Roja was the first to be opened. We opened it in April, and we were totally surprised that after 28 days. We counted 1 million passengers, which is really surprising. A couple of impressions here in La Paz, Línea Roja. The next one is the Línea Amarilla, the yellow line. And it connects, it's the longest, and it connects also El Alto with La Paz. Here another pictures. You see that probably I should mention the stations. The stations are really big because Evo Morales really wanted to have monuments there, and there are other services integrated in these stations. This is the station where we changed from the green line into the yellow line. The green line was the last to be opened. We opened it in December 2014, and the green line is entirely in La Paz. Some pictures. It's really high up there. So we were awarded. We were awarded with a second contract in March, and this is the phase 2. And another 6 lines will be opened. So Línea Azul, Línea Naranja, they all have like colorful names. So in the end, there will be a cable network with 9 lines, 346 cabins, and 27 stations, and we will transport 26,000 people per hour in direction. So The operating hours will be 17 hours per day, which is really a big difference to the opening hours of skiing installations. And this is quite a challenge for our operations team. We don't operate La Paz. This is the system is operated by Mi Teleférico, which is government owned. But they're really doing a great job. Next time is London. I will probably you've heard about this installation. It was opened right before the Olympic Games. It connects the Greenwich Peninsula, which is here, O2 Arena, which is the biggest amusement hall, with the Royal Docks. Here, there will be a lot of new apartment buildings, new offices, and this line is the first connection over the Thames. It's about a 10-minute ride. Really nice. Right now, there are many tourists there, but it's integrated in another picture. It's integrated in the transportation network of the London Tube Station, and it operates from 7 to 9 p.m. So it's a really urban installation. Another pictures with the towers are really impressive. Because everything has to be designed in London, of course. It's not the situation, the design, the look is really important. Here, you can see it. It's in the eastern part of London. You can see it. You can clearly see the cable line on the city map. Koblenz, as you all know, Pardon me? Okay.
Okej, Koblenz, proszę Państwa, i kończymy, dlatego że jak Państwo widzicie, można bardzo dużo pokazać materiału i Państwo są przygotowani, ale też czas nas goni. Także Miss Claudia Koblenz, and we are finishing your presentation. Okay?
Okay, right now. You want me to finish with Koblenz or not? Okay, yeah, okay. So Koblenz is important. Yes, Koblenz is important because we show Koblenz opened its doors for the National Horticultural Show, in German Horticultural Show, which is an important event in Germany. The Germans and the Dutch apparently are crazy about horticultural shows. So the problem here was how to connect the sites of the horticultural show. You have the River Rhine here. You have the city, which is protected by UNESCO, really old, beautiful city, and here you have the castle. And the problem was how to connect the two sites, because around the castle there was also part of the horticultural show. So what we did, you see in the really nice picture, I have to mention that it's what we call a top-notch 3S system. 3S, this S is German for rope, which means here you have three ropes, 2 track ropes and 1 haul rope. So it's much safer. The wind stability is there. It's the most modern cable car system. Worldwide, actually. New architecture. This is really around the UNESCO site. So UNESCO was really wasn't happy in the beginning, but now they think that the cable car doesn't destroy the view and doesn't destroy the UNESCO site. We also try to come up with a new cabin design. So this looks more like a bus and not like a typical cabin of a skiing installation. So here you see the site again. That is the bus, would have been the bus, the starting point of the bus, to the Buga up at the cathedral. So that's So now the cable car should come. So obviously, it's the much better solution. Something which is really interesting, the cable car there was meant to stay there for 3 years. We own it and operate it by ourselves. It was meant to stay, as I said, 3 years, but the people of Koblenz wanted to keep it. So we kept it, and now they are really happy about it because it really triggers the tourist industry. They think, and we have this letter from the mayor of Koblenz, that he is pretty sure that it helped the tourist industry in Koblenz a lot, since the number of people staying there overnight really increased since the Buga and since they have a cable car. Because it's another attraction and makes the city of Koblenz more attractive to tourists, apparently.